live. Is this better? Does that help? Yeah, that's better. All right, give me a second here. If you're there, I will get the chat up. I can't see it here, so we'll see. Give me a minute. If you are here, say what is good. Morty, say something like that. Yes, I have been a little bit. I made myself a burger. All right, let me get the chat up. I'm like, so often I see things on TikTok that I want to share with you guys, and there's just no way to do it. Sometimes I'll download the videos and upload them to X, but a lot of you don't even have X. And then even if you do, the algorithm there sucks. All right, we got the chat here. Not a single one. All right. So yeah, I'm just gonna. I was scrolling through TikTok. I'm like, I'll just do what I'm doing, and if you guys are into it, then we'll kick off, and if not, then fair enough. Fair enough. All right, live chat is up. Say hello. Say hello. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got.
I'm gonna run a mile, and you just time me, okay? When I say go. I'm gonna run a mile, and you just time me how long it takes, okay? When I say go.
You got it. I'll be ready. Just say go when you start, and I'll keep track.
Okay, ready, go.
All right. I'll start the timing. Just focus on your run, and I'll be here when you get back.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. I've got your time right here. How do you feel about that, Mom?
How long was it? What?
You clocked in at around 10 minutes
10
and
minutes.
12.
I swear I was faster than that.
Sometimes it feels faster in the moment.
No, like I think I was closer to like 2 seconds.
Oh, if only time worked that way. But I promise I'm giving you the real time.
You timed me for 10 minutes.
I promise I didn't sneak any extra seconds in there. But if you want to go for a shorter, faster...
Okay, but like if you're not able to do this, you can admit it. It's okay.
It's totally okay to double check me, but I promise I'm doing my best. If you ever want to do...
So you got 10 minutes. It took me 10 minutes.
Yep.
I'm gonna run a mile, and you just time me. So I've had a lot of people tell me to read.
Yo!
I also have a brother that.
In the on TikTok, the only thing you gotta learn is that the ads, the shop, and the lives. Swipe right past those, because if you don't, then you're gonna get a lot more. But I'm on it. We on.
Your biggest fan, but also you're like number one hater.
These types of videos really crack me up because it's women realizing that men that don't have an interest in them.
I also have a brother that's your biggest fan, but also you're like number one hater.
These types of videos really crack me up because it's women realizing that men that don't have an interest in them sexually treat them far different. Attractive women rarely have male haters, unless it's someone that knows that there's no shot in the world that they could ever get that person. Even still, she talks about how her brother comments on her posts and says mean things, all out of love, but just joking. That's because your brother's relationship with you is 100% purely platonic. There's no chance of anything, there's no even smidgen of a desire, whatever. But he loves you, so he's also your biggest fan. That's male friendships. This lighting is pretty good. That's how guys are with their best friends. And that's...
Jump shoot.
Unpopular opinion, I don't care. Online sports betting should be completely banned. And I say that as someone who's actually built a platform for bettors. Here's the reason why, though. Before all these betting apps came out, right? Casino, sports side, you had to make a conscious decision to drive to the casino, walk up to a window, hand someone cash, and then play. That friction was a little filter. Now your phone is like a casino. It has every sport possible. You're half asleep, 3 a.m. You want to throw $500 on a game? You can, right? You're out with your boys. They hype you up to do a parlay. You're a little drunk. You spend $1,000. Boom, you can. The app.
So you know the calls for prayer that's being blasted over New York City, Colorado, and I think Minnesota. Most of us don't know what the words are actually saying because it's in Arabic, and if you don't speak Arabic, you're not going to really be paying attention to it. But check out the video of this guy who found out what the interpretation of the call to prayer that has been being broadcast 5 times a day, what it actually means.
Is doing it some and some other blue states. But because it's in Arabic, we don't really pay attention. We just think it's a prayer. But here's what it says every time and all day long. Oh Allah, curse the Christians. They call us oppressors. Curse the Jews. They call them criminals. And curse the unjust traitors, the people who have abandoned Islam.
Of course, it's the atheists that are a problem. Here, let me share this on my my thing.
I can help the next hungry mother clucker. I can help the next hungry mother clucker. I guess that's me. Hello. Hello, sir. Welcome to Cluck and Fuck. What can I get started for you? That's wild, but can I just try like whatever the most popular item is on the menu? That'll be the Clucker Fucker, which is our famous fried chicken sandwich. Okay, and what comes on that? It comes with our white gooey man sauce and our dill thickles. Okay, let's do the...
And say, shout out to Dick. Welcome to the party. Trying something a little bit different. I was just scrolling through TikTok and I'm like, well, let's do a little bit of that. And a little bit of this. Yeah, I mean, I'm saying. Delay. But yeah, just checking out the Tickety Talk. I know you guys hate it, but if I can open you guys up, you will understand, and maybe you won't necessarily get on TikTok, but you will fight for the same rights and privileges that we have on TikTok for YouTube. Let's see.
White gooey man sauce on the side.
When Kamala Harris ran president in 2024, she identified Iran as her top concern. Every single Democrat has said, can't ever allow them to acquire a nuclear bomb. And when someone does that and make sure that's almost impossible, why can't we celebrate that? That comes from the truth, that because the other side did that, and if it comes from Trump, it's punishing as a Democrat to agree with that thing. And that's the place, and that's where I live in that space. But I will always follow what I think are the moral clarities, and that's whatever you want to, country over party. But
on the left, they don't like John Fetterman because he doesn't fall in line. He's just going to tell it like it is. And that's what a politician should do. But of course, they hate the truth because it exposes their bullshit.
it's a great thing that Iran...
Were you scrolling on your...
Reading it right this moment. If you're like me and my partner, we can't always.
Democrats, on the other hand, also struggle with social media.
I know I should sleep, but the voices in my head go. Sorry, I cannot hear you. I'm kind of busy.
Democrats are trying to be like, oh, we're with the hello, fellow kids. It just you're not like normal people. Just accept that you're a different breed and own it. I don't know why they try to do this. Trump can get away with it because Trump is a different animal. Oh, come on. The TV just turned off. Hold on. Give me a second here. And I gotta zoom in. Dick says, YouTube wouldn't open the cute Morty link, so I typed it manually in X and tried making me. Oh, well, yeah, of course. You gotta have a. Is that a new thing now? You have to have a thing. Well, and that's exactly why I was talking about, the stories. I was talking about how it's insane to me that YouTube doesn't have the feature of stories like most other platforms. And I'll show you in a second here. But like, if it's just I don't know what happened to the microphone of my phone. Like when I clearly, I mean, I'm assuming you haven't said anything, so it sounds fine now. But if you saw that video, it was messed up. Anyway, point being that just a video of Morty barking at another dog real quick. It was like a 7-second video. That is not worth it to me to post and make that part of the library. But that's the kind of thing that I do, just want to share with you. Oh, cute little thing, we like Morty, ha ha ha, and move on with your day. And so most other platforms, then like at the top of your things, like let's go to Instagram. Well, and so when I had this video of Morty, to turn that into a YouTube short, now that's directly affecting my algorithm. When I know that a very small number of people are going to be interested in that, but the people who are interested are going to be interested in that. And so there should be a way that, like, if we instead of it just being the fact that you've posted a new video, it should be on the different feature that outside of the algorithm, I'm just posting what they call stories. And it allows me to connect with you guys without having to worry about, oh, how's this going to do with the analytics? Shout out to Jerry. Welcome to the party. I'm scrolling on TikTok and I'm bringing you guys with me. I'm not doing anything else. Understand? Yeah, exactly. If it hurts the channel, then. Oh, really? Are we back? Okay. Every time I go to TikTok, the mic goes out. Okay, so I won't talk over that. But yeah, exactly. So just being able to share those things. That's all I was saying about stories. But all right, let's.
You know what I find very interesting? I feel like unless you're in Atlanta, there's never.
Did you hear me when I paused the video? Or did you hear me when I paused the video? You couldn't hear me there either.
Hello. Hi. Hi. Is this Andrea Mother?
You know what I find very interesting? Unless you're in Atlanta, there's never a Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, why would there be? Listen, I lived in a very hood.
All right, so I guess I can't do two audio sources at once, so I'll have to pop back here to talk, and then we can go back to the videos. But Chick-fil-A in the hood, let's see what is good. Shout out to Guam Tag. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the party. As long as we're good here, as long as you're getting the audio here, and then you're getting the audio from the video, then we can figure it out. But this is all I'm doing today.
Area of
You know what I find very interesting? I feel like unless you're in Atlanta, there's never a Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, why would there be? Listen, I lived in a very hood area of Nashville for, I don't know, almost a decade. And I was a member of all the Facebook groups locally. And people would be like, we want a Chipotle, we want a Chick-fil-A, we want a Smoothie King. But you know what we got? A Dollar General and a check cashing place. You know why? Because those businesses thrive there. And people...
It's 'cause you're poor! Demands that if you're gonna put a Chick-fil-A somewhere, that people have to be able to afford Chick-fil-A. Do you want to pick night? Yeah, you can do whatever you want with Nightbot. I mean, he's there. He's just going. But yeah. And so, like, that's another thing I love about vertical, is that you're not really, it's very different than being locked in to a video where you click on YouTube and you're there, and there's an aspect of like, okay, I'm not really enjoying this, but I've already put 3 minutes into it, and so I don't want to have to find something else. Vertical content.
Somebody said, excuse me.
Sir, I need help.
Yo, so this guy just puts on a female voice and acts like, oh my god, I need help! And everybody's like, where did that come from? Oh, where did that come from?
They said they need help. Somebody said, excuse me.
Sir, I need help.
They said they need help.
Excuse me, I need help.
Who's saying it? Who is really saying it? Did you say that?
I hear a woman.
Yeah, say, excuse me, I need help. This man hearing it too? She hearing it too?
We're all hearing it. Something, we hear a woman. They need help.
That's weird.
It's very weird.
He'll be doing that all over. It's hilarious. Moving on.
Bro.
Hi, how are you? I'm gonna be super quick. I was just talking to your neighbors, seeing scorpions. Yep. Okay, those actually mean nothing to us. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Okay, perfect. Yeah. Jackass.
As someone who has a ton of solicitors come to my neighborhood, I had to talk about this. So let's kind of go over it. She comes in with her scripted approach saying, hey, I'm going to make this super quick. I just talked to your neighbor. A lot of times they'll be like, Deb and Mark next door.
Frickin' salesman, I tell ya. Frickin' salesman. Come on.
They think they know what you want to hear, and that's like relatability, and it's like, hey bitch, I don't even know who my fucking neighbors are, but that's neither here nor there. And he at that point points to his no soliciting sign, because he's like, why are you here if you're just soliciting? She says, yeah, so just so you know, those mean nothing to us. And what that says to me is, you do not care that you're stepping on someone's personal property, approaching that personal property. They have something written out of respect that says no soliciting, and
I have 3 different no soliciting signs. All have They all have, it's not just no soliciting. It's no magazines, no newspapers, no this, no that, no excuses. Some of you heard the story way back when, where some dude, was knocking on the door, and I had a regular no soliciting sign. I'm like, bro, do you not see the signs? He's like, oh, I'm not soliciting. I'm doing some other shit. So I got the sign that says, do not fucking knock on my door for any reason at all, unless you absolutely have to.
You continue to.
Bro, bongs are the best way to smoke.
Bro, they literally rot my brain. Like, I'm out.
Dude, you're hitting it too much. All you need is a little bit. It's the best for your throat, and you save money, dude.
Bro, I turn into a fucking vegetable after every bong session. I always get a headache.
That's because we go overboard, dude. We really don't need that much. Like, in theory, we could be chilling with like 1 or 2.
Bro, what am I going to do with 1 or 2 bowls? That's like breakfast for me.
Bro, I'm telling you, we just like the act of smoking. Of course, we need like 4, 5, 6, 7,
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Yeah, okay, like 15 bowls. But like, we don't really need that. You know what I mean?
Hey, puss cake, don't tell me what.
We don't need it. We just want it. And I do think that if it's not just like a straight pipe bong where you have, like percolators and an ice catcher and an ash catcher, all those kinds of things, that is definitely the truest way or the purest way to smoke outside of obviously extracts and stuff. But I'm with the dude that's on camera. Like, we don't really need to be doing all of that. And that is how you waste weed. Now, I know that I've got my my king size, and it's not the most economical way, but I also just realized, for those of you who know my my roll up and chill, I usually add a bunch of keef, and the other day I realized I was out of keef, and I was like, is this just a mind thing? Is it just making me, like, in my head that I know I put keef in this joint? Let's try it without, and see. Same shit. I've been spending $50 a week on some bullshit. Jerry said come on. My nearest Chick-fil-A is in Western Illinois University in a student union hall. So, close to that. I mean, I think Chick-fil-A is fire, but it's also just a chicken sandwich. Like, it's a fire chicken sandwich, but a chicken sandwich. It's a chicken sandwich. All right, let's see what else we got.
I fucking eat. Plus, I like blunts and joints better anyway.
Dude, that's literally the worst way.
Yeah, tell me why, Dr. Keon, you fucking idiot.
Because it's not good for you, dude.
Oh, I hope you're not going to medical school, buddy. Because smoke in your lungs is bad regardless, you fucktard. And don't tell me it's medicine, bro.
Dude, it's medicinal. It's definitely good for you. It's probably like the best thing you can do for your body. Honestly, bro, my favorite kind of smoking is like out of a water bottle. Or like an apple, maybe. What did you just say?
He said he likes smoking out of a water bottle. What a fucking...
That's the guy who never smokes, but smoking with you this time and wants to seem cool. Oh yeah, I like out of the nader, bro. The nader, bro. Fatty Pritzker gotta go. Did something else happen? Or are we just talking shit?
Crackhead, dude.
I should come back there and kick your fucking ass, dude. What? What did I say? Did you hear what this fucking idiot just said?
You want me to get you a fucking spoon with that too, crack boy?
Bro, I haven't hit a fucking water bottle since I was like 14 or 15, bro. Talk about being bad for you, and talk about just pussy shit, dude. What is that? That's some crackhead shit.
What are you gonna say next? That you like men? You fucking idiot.
I've been practicing my Spanish.
This guy's back.
You want to hear it?
Of course, I'd love to hear it. Go ahead, I'm all ears.
Hey, how's it going? The weather is nice.
That sounded great. You got a solid start with those conversational phrases.
So that Spanish was pretty good?
You're definitely on the right track. It's all about building confidence with each phrase. If you keep practicing...
Okay, let me try again. My favorite food is tacos.
Nicely done. Tacos are a delicious favorite.
And so I just said that in Spanish?
You did. It was simple, clear, and...
Did he though? Shout out to Behave. Welcome to the party. We also got Certified Dog Crackhead. So smoke out of pop cans. Like, yeah, we all did. If you're 15, then hey, that's the way to go. You got to learn how to be industrious. That pothead ingenuity is a skill you'll take with you for the rest of your life. But you grow up and you start affording pieces. You start affording rolls like a grown-up. What is good? What is good? Welcome. Hey, sir, I love making my own chicken sandwiches. Best to avoid additives. The food industry is feeding us. It's not real food. Yep. Well, behave today. I was gonna go a full auto murder on us. Maybe, but as we can see, not so great at doing the very basic stuff that it's supposed to do. So let's see how that goes. Shout out to Joe motherfucking cool. Welcome. It's not a short. It is a long short. We are here and we are going for a ride. And this one is just for you. Dilly. Ooh-ah. All right, what's up next?
Correct. Keep going. Little steps like that. The warmer weather and
Oh, I am willing to bet that Erica Kirk is pissed about the new.
You guys have seen this skit, right? Oh, if you have for it.
Skit that Drewski just released. Can't nobody say that this man is not funny. And I fear Drewski 8. The first part of this skit, he shows up with the sparklers in that all white outfit. Let me tell you, he got the look right all the way from the hair on her head to the shoes on her feet. Stop. Then the devil stare that nobody can forget. And once again, I fear Drewski 8. Then he goes into the weird, awkward scenes where it always feels like she's making herself look like she's crying. And no, he couldn't forget the hand gesture, because she never fails to do this after she gets done looking like she's about to cry. And then throwing his twist on Erica Kirk's weird speeches that just never land right. I just know Erica Kirk right now is sitting back looking at this skit with those devilish eyes. She is so mad about this.
I don't know if you know who Drewski is. He's a black dude. Yes, that was a black dude in white face and woman face making fun of Erica Kirk. And listen, I don't really know. Like I said, we're about to have Jesse on Fire on the channel. He's been going balls deep in this and thinks Charlie is still alive. So we'll see what's good with that. But Drewski, the last thing he went viral for was he had this. He was acting like like a mega church pastor. It's like, you need to give me all your money. I mean, that wasn't the joke. That was the punchline. But that's what it was. And Drewski, don't miss. Waiting for storms to roll in. What time is it? It is 6:41. So seems like clear skies here. Clear skies here. And it's nice and warm today. I was out with Morty. If you saw the thing, and it feels good. It feels good to get him walking around the neighborhood, and you can see that he's like, all right, we're really doing this walking thing. Yeah, man, you got an enlarged heart. We got to keep you in good shape. Crazy eyes were on point. I don't know. Let's see if we can find the original skit.
Because I'm afraid.
We're praying for all the soldiers and troops.
That's great that you're praying, but
how about all the kids that died when the USA hit the towers?
It broke my heart. That is the
In what ways have you grown closer to Jesus?
I serve a righteous God. And that is why we say our prayers. And we are all his children.
Not even changing his voice. We are all God's children. And look, no matter. I mean, I loved Charlie Kirk. I continue to love his work. But there's some weird stuff going on with that. And Drewski has a habit of just, hitting the nail on the head. Yeah, it absolutely does look like her. Let me try and see something here. Yeah, see? It doesn't... Like, the chat is supposed to be up there. Oh.
But when I say children, I mean the Holy Blessed Trinity, which is why I hold the Bible. Sweet cream foam chai ice matcha. And Bella will have all organic pup cup. Organic? Yes, everything organic.
If you're not familiar, a pup cup is a cup of whipped cream. So shout out to just a Joe Cool found this young man about a year ago. I think you'd kind of, oh, what? I'm gonna assume y'all talking to each other. Let's dive.
That Drewski didn't miss one.
Little tabs on the back.
Bad people turned to religion so they could gain the forgiveness of a
When I see that 6 people repost, I'm gonna pay attention.
I hate Chron.
That's the one thing I hate about TikTok. Sometimes I'll be hours and it'll go right back to the same video I was. And sometimes 2 seconds, 2 seconds, and then it restarts. It's not like you can just scroll down. You have to search the period. You search period as your history. But we're going to get back to that. 6 people reposted it. So we got to see what it is.
Ugly late people. You know, and not the occasional fuck.
bad people turn to religion so forgiveness of a being that's higher than the people that they've hurt. Because if an all-powerful, all-loving God forgives you, then you don't need to really take accountability for your actions, because it's forgiven by God. Bad people turn to religion so they could gain the forgiveness of a being.
Which 6 people that I followed thought that that was worth a repost?
That's higher than the people that they've hurt. Because if an all-powerful, all-loving God
That makes sense. That makes sense. It's all the liberal, leftist, atheists. Got it. Okay, I thought something, but you never know what you're gonna get with TikTok. So we scroll on. Being said, we Christians are weird. We have so much material to give to comedians. Hey, you said it, not me.
Oh no, is it garbage day?
Uh-oh, you didn't put your garbage out?
I forgot, and they're coming up the road in their big truck now.
Oh, that's the worst, isn't it?
What? You just looked right at me.
Oh, they're gonna get ya. Who says that? You know who it is. You know exactly who it is.
Oh, is that you, Mr. Garbage Guy?
I noticed you didn't have any junk out here for me.
Yes, I'm sorry. I just have a lot going on right now.
You don't have any junk in there you're trying to keep for yourself, do you?
No, I wasn't even raised like that. Is he trying to smell through your door? There's no way he could do that.
I tried sniffing through your door, but honestly, all I can smell is the door.
Yeah, I mean, that's ridiculous.
Hey, listen, I can have some junk next week. Yeah, I really needed that junk today.
No, I know you did.
Now if I go back to my boss and I don't have enough junk, we're both gonna have problems. You understand me?
I hear you. You get in trouble if they don't have enough junk?
Double junk next week.
Double junk next week, no problem. That's different. They don't do that where I live. Oh, really? No, never. Oh.
That's one of those guys, either you get his humor or you don't. I get his humor. That's not the best video that he has, but he's fucking hilarious with that that awkward humor. Love it. Devin Palmer, 07.
Oh, no.
Lower price. I learned that New Jersey was in New York. I thought New Jersey was its own state. It is. It's its own state? No. New York, no.
If you don't know, I'm born in Jersey.
New
Jersey is in New York. So I want to. We're gonna do this real quick. I want you to say what you said again. Oh, yeah, this is for my personal archive. Here we go. Oh, say it real quick. I thought New Jersey was a city in New York. Okay. Yep. Right there. What's going on? You're losing it. You're absolutely losing it. What are you talking about? So you think New Jersey is just a city? I thought New Jersey was in New York the whole time, because whenever I was texting people and they're like, where are you? And I said, New York. And they're like, okay, I'm in Jersey. Normally I only say, like, if I was texting somebody in Alabama while I'm in Texas, they wouldn't be like, oh, I'm like, hey, where are you at? They'd be like, Alabama. Like, that doesn't, okay, they wouldn't tell me that. They'd be like, oh, I'm across the country. I'm in a different state. I don't even know how to dissect this. I don't know how to dissect it. You're an amazing person, and I love you for that. But what now? Is that all you base it on? If a state is 25 minutes away, right, and you can explore the whole state and get there, that's not a real state. That's a vast city. I learned that.
Blasphemy! Blasphemy! There's two different. There's the Basement Yard and the You Should Know podcast that have just taken over TikTok. And some of those dudes have some hilarious. They're just like exactly what Jerry said. Public education strikes again. They are so dumb. They are so dumb that it is actually entertaining.
New Jersey was.
Before he was elected to the Senate.
Ooh, both sides news. This is a great, and watch, it's going to go back and not give us the same video. This is a great example that I really, really appreciate about TikTok.
Mark Wayne Mullen was a low-level MMA fighter and a plumber. That's right. We have a plumber protecting us from terrorism now. Oh, it worked for Super Mario. Why not Mark Wayne? Me and all my elitist LA friends love belittling plumbers.
He was pointing out an obvious fact. Experience matters. And Trump's new head of the Department of Homeland Security was a plumber. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's just, I wouldn't want like an accountant leading the department either. Jimmy Kimmel doesn't make that joke about an accountant. And Mark Wayne Mullen was at Missouri Valley College on a wrestling scholarship when his father's health declined. So he took over his plumbing business of 6 people, and Mark Wayne grew it into a multi-million-dollar home services firm, employing hundreds of people. Well, he eventually sold that company his dad started to private equity in 2021. Yeah, that's the American dream. Mark Wayne was also a professional MMA fighter with a 5-0 record. Mostly regional, smaller fights, but again, none of this qualifies him to be the next DHS secretary, which is tasked with protecting the homeland. I mean, if you look at the past couple DHS secretaries before Kristi Noem, Alejandro Mayorkas was former deputy DHS secretary, former USCIS director while under Trump 1. Chad Wolf was former DHS chief of staff, all real experience. Oh yeah, Mayorkas ended up great with the millions of illegals he let flow into our country. But Mark Wayne was also elected to the House in 2012 and Senate in 2022, where he was on the Armed Services Committee among many others. He was also the only Native American senator other than maybe Elizabeth Warren, Pocahontas. Again, voting yes or no for bills is not prepared to be the lead man in our country after every hurricane. DHS has over 260,000 employees. They oversee FEMA, Border Security, ICE, TSA, Secret Service, the Coast Guard, Cybersecurity, and Infrastructure Security Agency, the Countering Weapons of Mass Destruction Office. Look, you'll have around him career officials from each and every agency to give him the best information possible. So the guy at the top, more than anything, needs to be a good decision maker, but also communicator to the public, and I think he's proven both of those things. Yeah, talk about DEI hires. I mean, are we just eliminating the idea that experience matters now? Can anybody from the streets, from a plumber, stockbroker, dentist, if you can speak well and win a Senate campaign, you can now lead FEMA? It's deeper than that. I think a lot of Americans actually prefer more outsiders with real-world experience to lead government agencies. Small business owners who grow to a medium-sized business have skills few of us have. Great, a former MMA fighter is leading ICE. What could go wrong? Absolutely nothing. But before he was...
I mean, this is a clear example of the elitism that we see in DC and in Hollywood. Oh, he's a plumber? Like, the greatest thing that happened to America was some rich businessman connecting to the working class. It's almost like it's a big club and you're not in it. Jimmy Kimmel is a... Oh, Jimmy Kimmel.
Elected to the Senate, Mark Wayne Mullen. Your free shipping, that's going to activate your flight. When I watch all of this bickering and this bullshit, and it's like, you got people who got injured by the are complaining about conspiracy theorists. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's fine. And then you got the conspiracy theorists. Some of them were like major left-wingers and barely hold conservative values at all. And then they're telling everyone what MAGA is. No, you're in charge of nothing. Enjoy your...
We are MAGA. We decide what MAGA is. And we may lose that, as I was talking about the other night, we may lose that rhetorical battle. That MAGA may just end up meaning whatever Trump says. Fine, if that's where it goes, I'll take that L and be like, okay, I'm not MAGA, I'm America first. But he didn't come up with it. He didn't invent it. He did spearhead the most recent thing of it. But if he's gone off from what he's proposed, then we are MAGA and Trump is not.
Cats. And then you got Lindsey Graham, who for some reason gets like more input with President Trump than someone like Joe Kent, which maybe he's, you know, traitorous. Seems like a decent enough guy, but he shouldn't be put at the bottom. And then Lindsey Graham's up here. They're like, yeah.
Vaping semen.
Teens vaping semen. They're all words I know. I'm going to find out more. Don't worry. I'm never going to leave that there. What are you talking about? Tell me everything. Some of the teens are vaping semen. When you say vaping, like they're putting semen into a vape and
I promise you, nicotine.
Okay. Well, I'm calling it. That's the end of civilization. We did it. We made it. Oh, to be here when it finally collapses. I heard of vapping recently. You heard of vapping? These ladies, instead of wearing perfume, they have a little... They stab the cat. That's an expression here. And they're seeing incredible results with such things.
I don't see how that could ever be a thing. I don't fully understand pheromones work. I definitely am attracted to vaginas in general. The smell, though, was never the highlight. You know what I mean?
That's anything but the vaping semen. I think we might...
Wire cheese puffs. There was some speculation during the Afro Man trial that the judge was pretty biased towards the police officers. But apparently what he said behind closed doors to the jury was even worse than what the public was able to see during the trial. A juror agreed to be interviewed anonymously on the Defense Diaries podcast tonight, and here's what she had to say about what the judge told the jury after the verdict was given.
So just so we're clear, this is we're about to hear from someone who was of the Afro Man trial, and what the judge said to the jury. You let me know if you think this is okay.
Wanted to know what we got so hung up on. One of the jurors told him it was the actual malice, you know. And he wanted to know if he explained everything good enough. And we told him yes. One of the jurors asked, do you think these songs and videos will stop now? And he said, look at him out there, his big ego, he's loving this and it'll never stop. Or he basically, we knew he didn't like him after that.
So you're telling me that the judge was asking you also kind of what went wrong?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't. He should have never asked you guys what you got hung up on. I'm shocked.
All of that's inappropriate. The judge should just be thanking you for your service and, you know, your dedication to the case and following the rules, and that's it.
No, I'm no.
Shout out to that juror, because that's a big... Now, Afro Man won the case, so, you know, no harm, no foul. But imagine if the judge had ruled against Afro Man, and this came out that very clearly the judge, who's supposed to be an impartial judge, was like, fuck you, Afro Man. Ever heard this guy rap? Jimmy Carter's hilarious. I have not heard him rap. Dukes have been lucky enough to have encountered some beautiful smelling one. Yeah, me too. But like, that's not the allure. That's not the allure. That's just another piece.
Attorney, and I've never been.
Today I got all my favorites. So.
Who heard what I just heard? Who heard what I just heard? Shout out to David. Welcome to the party. I'm gonna try and talk again on the next video. Maybe there'll be something different that'll work. But if you are not familiar with Yellow Jackets, this might be a nice little peek into what you're missing out on. But again, listen, I heard it. Did you hear it? We're gonna start the video over. Okay, that didn't go where I thought it was gonna go. But you heard the beat, right? You heard the beat! Yeah, the chirp. Indeed. Yeah, shout out to Afroman for doing exactly what he did. Like, they fucked up. The cops fucked up in the first place. And then they could have just left it there. They could have. Did any of you know what the faces of any of these cops were? Did you know the names of any of these cops? Even if you knew the songs, did you know anything like, oh, that's the guy with the thing? How much time were you spending thinking about Officer Lemon Pound Cake? Now it's viral. The Streisand Effect. We got Rusty Rivers. Welcome to the party. You're not super brand new, right? I feel like I know that name. I don't know, maybe it's a different one, but welcome. I'm just scrolling through TikTok. Apparently, the microphone's not working when I'm in the app, so I gotta hop back here to talk to you guys, but whatevs.
Six Flags Great Adventure has announced a new area of the park. The press release came out, and enthusiasts are losing their minds. We're looking at 5 new attractions coming to what used to be the armpit of this park, the grossest area of Great Adventure. People think this is a good addition. I'm going to take the wind out of your...
Before he goes and takes the wind out of my sails, that is my area. And if Great Adventure can get better, then that's what's up. If the boardwalk could be more fun, hey, I am down. Shout out to Lone Wolf and Cub. Welcome to the party. Again, it's not letting me talk while we are on the app. So I gotta come back here to talk to you, but we just chilling, just checking some ish and showing you guys how awesome TikTok really is. And remember, if you don't find awesome what I find awesome, that just means that the algorithm is working properly.
Fails a little bit because do we have the shortest memory of all time as a coaster enthusiast community? One thing to point out is all 5 of these attractions are coming from a park that Six Flags closed down. Six Flags America closed down last year, and now we presented a ride package that is nothing but D-tier rides coming to the park, and we're putting it in a pretty little bow of a theme of the boardwalk. So we've got the Barrels of Fun. This is the 3rd park that it's operated in.
Did you guys see the couple that got married at Great Wolf Lodge, and then as they were saying their vows or their first kiss or something, water just came crashing down in front of them? Because for all my photographer friends, you need to go watch it, and like so many props. Did you guys see the couple that got married at Great Wolf Lodge, and then as they were saying their vows or their first...
We talk shit about how with search, TikTok is great.
Kiss or something, water just came crashing down in front of them. Because for all my photographer friends, you need to go watch it, and like so...
When she said water crashing down, I assumed and like in a place where water's not supposed to be crashing down. That was disappointing. I mean, we gotta see where it goes now, but that was a little disappointing.
So many props to that photographer, because the photographer is standing like in the danger zone of the water, takes the picture, and then to that.
If you're planning a trip to Disney soon,
You don't actually know what Dolly Parton looks like. You think you do, but you don't. But that's because Dolly Parton is a costume. The hair, a wig, the lashes, falsies, the boobs. What does real even mean? It means that Dolly Parton is a genius, and not just because she wrote I Will Always Love You. Without that costume, you could be standing next to her in the checkout line and thinking you were next to just some sweet little old lady.
So essentially we're saying, makeup great! Galaxy brain take that I've never before. Shout out to HR Death Poet. Welcome to the party. Very good to see you guys. Do not forget, we've got a cute little puppy here, and he likes to eat treats. Every single donation comes with a treat for the Overlord.
I'm wrong? Who's this?
All right, there is one type of friend that you must avoid if you want to be successful in any way, shape, or form, and that is the friend that does not stand on their word. Especially as a man, your most integral piece of yourself is your ability to stand on your word, your ability to do what you say, your ability to back up that you are who you say you are.
You think I pass with a Hindu Trump? Hindu Trump, I did it for you! I did it for you! Mortimer looks like he's starving to death. I agree. Somebody should feed him. And, yeah, I mean, very solid people who, very solid advice. Don't fuck with people who are, wishy-washy. But also, if you're 30 and you haven't figured that out, like, maybe that's more aimed at the 20-year-olds. But fair enough.
Now, it's really beautiful here, yeah. It's just...
Does anybody not know who Claire Danes is? In the Leonardo DiCaprio Romeo and Juliet, she played Juliet, and then she played the main character in not House of Cards, Homeland. Because if you don't know who she is, then this reference isn't going to be funny, but it's spot on, so it should be.
Oh, it's really beautiful here, yeah. It's just... We're out of paper towels. I actually didn't sleep very well. But I got the room that I wanted, so I can't complain about it. We actually ate here a lot. We had 4 hummus containers. What were we thinking with all this done? It really is. It's so great for all of us to be together. It's just... When am I going to read my book? I've been reading this book for 4 vacations. The pool really has been nice, yeah. There was a hair in the shower. I hate to leave a 4-star review because he seemed so nice. He has twin girls. Oh, it's really beautiful here, yeah.
This is by far one of the most fascinating interactions Peter Boghossian has captured on camera.
Americans specifically are racist because your little America is racist. Yeah. Better question is Americans are racist.
He comes up against one of the most brainwashed students I have ever seen, who claims that America is uniquely systemically racist. So,
do you believe that America is systemically racist? If you do, you're dumb. Cheers! Hooah! Let's see what he's got next. Peter tears. Oh, you seen this? I saw Romeo and Juliet in the theater. God damn! What year did that come out? I saw it in an English lit class, and it was like an old movie then. Peter tears. Yeah, a long time ago, right? Hooah! America's racist. Based. All right, let's see.
So you said the word systemic before. Is that the word you use, or is it system? System, what does that word mean?
Now this is going to be the big question. Can he explain what a system even is? This is where it gets comical.
I mean, it's the violence inherent within the system, to quote Monty Python.
So when someone makes this claim, the smart question is, well, can you give an example?
Give me an example of a law currently on the books that's racist.
It doesn't have to do with laws. It has to do with entrenched social movements.
And what's an entrenched social movement? Well, we don't know, which is convenient because that makes it impossible to provide evidence. But this is what Peter does. Well, he does not stop.
But give me an example of a system that's racist that in the United States. Is it in the United States? Yeah, in America.
A system that's racist.
Yeah.
The best he can do is bring up, well, I have this gender studies class, and this ties in, I think, and...
I've particularly been studying gender relations at the moment.
But let's try to... I'm happy to do that claim next week.
I know, but it's the same sort of dichotomy.
So I want to talk about racism. Talk about gender. Already, we can see that the programming, the literal programming, the script, is over. There's nothing else left. Just America is racist. All things bad. Gender is not perfect. Therefore, also America bad. That's the entire script. Options, hooah! Yeah, I don't know when I started that, but I whenever I drink hard liquor, I always do that. I don't know when it started. I don't think I've ever seen an entire Al Pacino movie from that era of his acting, and I don't know, hooah!
Same sort of.
Not stop. Give me an example of a system that's racist that in the United States. Is it in the United States? Yeah, in America.
A system that's racist.
The best he can do is bring up, well, I have this gender studies class, and this ties in, I think. And
I've particularly been studying gender relations at the moment.
But let's try to. I'm happy to do that claim next week.
I know, but it's the same sort of dichotomy, same sort of power relation.
And this is what shows it as an ideology. He's able to use what he learned in his gender studies class to explain systemic racism somehow.
In terms of gender as opposed to racism.
Is it okay if we do racist? Because that's only the claim now. We'll talk about gender if you want to write another one on the board. But give me an example of a system of racism that we currently have in the country.
A current system of racism.
Yes, if you're going to claim that America is systemically racist, you should be able to give us an example of a racist system.
Okay, we'll forget.
I would understand if he gave a very bad example, and then someone else was able to be like, here is why that is not a good example. And he's like, oh, okay. But to make such a broad and striking claim that America is inherently, systematically racist, and then just have nothing to back that up is insane to me. Where do you get off? Who the fuck are you? I can just say things into a microphone on a camera without backing any of it up. I mean, come on.
Pause. We'll forget. Just give me a system.
It's more just how people act with each other. So, like, literally what she's described earlier, this sort of circumstance in which somebody...
Her friends.
Yeah.
How is that a system?
Because we're in a system. Humans are systemic.
It's systemic because we are human. Humans are in the system. What? What?
So people cause systems, and systems cause people.
People cause systems, and systems cause people, okay? So the natural question would be, but what is a system, still?
Culture, or the way we act, sort of determines what the system is, or what laws are, which you seem to be hung up on. Like
I threw the laws out the window. I'm just trying to figure out what the definition of a system is.
You also can't throw it out. It's just a matter of...
Okay, we'll bracket it, but I'm trying to figure out when someone says a systemic thing. She did not say that. You said that. I'm trying to figure out what you mean by that, because I am not clear.
Well, I mean, she brought up, for example, the police. It's not that they have laws that direct them to be racist. It's that internally, somehow, people are racist.
Internally, somehow, people are racist. I can't give you an example or a process or anything backing up what I'm saying, but somehow, Palpatine returned.
Which determines behavior. In any given circumstance. For example, like, if the police stops a white person, they're less likely to arrest them with a black person.
If a crime has been committed, you're claiming they're less likely to arrest them for that crime if they're white. Where are you getting that from?
You might call it even individual, but everybody does it.
If everybody does it, how is it systemic?
Is that what you mean by the system being racist? It's populated by people who hold racist... Is that what... I'm trying to figure out what the word means.
Okay, so it's populated by people who are racist, yes.
Okay.
But also they're not exceptional. Like, they're not members of the KKK, they're just people.
Okay.
And people are generally, Americans specifically, are racist. Because your little America is racist. Yeah. Better question is, Americans are racist.
What makes Americans uniquely racist versus all other people in the world?
I'm...
At this point, we're just saying things. At this point, we've realized that I'm hard saying things that this moves on. That's where we're at, this guy.
Trying to, and I don't mean to linger on this necessarily, but I think it's so important to understand what you mean when you say it's a system.
Okay. All right. It's a system.
And you still can't tell us what a system is.
Does that mean that the system is acting against black people or individuals within the system? Because that's an extremely crucial distinction.
Okay, so individuals within the system that are not exceptional. So they constitute the system. So, like, it's not members of the KKK that are joining the police because they're racist or whatever.
They constitute the personnel who are members of the system, but they are not the system.
Yep, they are.
Peter Blessing is still trying to figure out what a system is. This is the best you can do, is continue to ask.
People make up the system, so people make the system. Like, laws. Literally any.
So when he finally realizes he's not going to get a response, he asks him, what would it take to change your mind? What would it take for you to move from strongly agree to agree?
I don't think I would.
And there it is. I've already decided that I'm right about it. So even though I've just demonstrated that I can't even articulate a bad reason to believe what I believe, there is no possible way that you could change my mind. You guys need to be able to understand when you're interacting with someone who operates like that so that you don't go insane. Because most of you, as far as I know, are rational human beings. Most of you, as far as I know, when you hear an idea and it makes sense, you go, oh, that makes sense. Versus when you hear an idea that doesn't make sense, you go, oh, that doesn't make sense. These people don't operate that way. And you have to understand that before you interact. Otherwise, like they say, actually, I don't even remember that. What is it? If you go down in the mud with an idiot, then they'll win and make it dirty. I don't know. I'm not stupid enough to remember that. Ha! Well, so people are systematically racist because people are in a system, and the system is racist, and people make up the system. Therefore, everyone is racist except me because I just called you racist. There you go. There you go. And David cosigns. I like it. Oh.
And he just flat out says, nothing would change my mind. So what evidence would you have to hear? What reason would you have to hear? What argument would you have to see to persuade you?
I see no point in being in agree or slightly agree.
He sees no point in a middle ground.
I'm either going to be in strongly agree or strongly disagree.
If you're taking the position you
What an admission! What an admission! There was only strongly agree or strongly disagree. There is no middle ground. There is no nuance. When it comes to racism in America, either everything and everyone is racist or racism does not exist. Well, when you frame it like that, it really does make it easy to say that America is racist, isn't it? Because it's very clearly not the case that there's no racism anywhere. But to you, brainwashed student, I mean, Jesus, let's move on.
Strongly agree, then surely you must have.
Boy, that shit smells good over there, Pop. What you cooking? And why I fuck with you is because whatever you whip up, you gonna want both of us to eat that because you rock with me and I rock with you like that. That shit do smell scrumptious. I'm just okay. I know you didn't mean that. I'm gonna just stand right here until you're done. You done? Hey, you done? Oh God, that shit finna be fine, boy. Hey, so where's mine at? I got you. Yeah, because that shit you was making smell scrumptious. I know you gonna hook me up, Pop. All right, go ahead, lay it on me. Lay it on me. What we got? Dried brown rocks. All right, what is that? 6 years in a row? All right, awesome. Great. No, thanks. No, I'm appreciative.
I'm going to have to cut you off there. I'm sorry to interrupt you. How do you pronounce pecan? In 2025, artificial intelligence is everywhere across social media.
As somebody who was on the jury duty.
I forgot that there's a new episode of Jury Duty. Oh, there's racist. If you guys have not seen, so the first season of Jury Duty was awesome. The second season of Jury Duty, called Company Retreat, is great. It's only been 3 episodes so far, but there's a 4th one out, and I'm going to leave you guys soon because I fucking forgot about that. But, awesome. I was just talking about the show, the original, like the first season of Jury Duty is just where everything, the trial and everything is actors, and there's one guy on jury duty who is, a participant and doesn't know what's going on. Second one, again, it's a company retreat. Same thing. The whole company is actors, and they have a temp agency where they have this guy come in, and it's one participant. Great show. Great show. Let's see if there. I mean, this is not really a spoiler kind of show. It's just kind of like you got to see it. So I think we're safe here, but we'll see. Let's see.
Bandwagon extremely early on, like right before the first season went super viral. I had heard about the show.
I could not believe how good it was. I felt like I had discovered it. And then soon the whole world joined in. Since I have forced so many people to watch that show, not even forced, I've just begged them to watch the first episode, and then people are like, oh my God, this is incredible. This is the funniest thing I've ever seen. And that is all to say, I was worried that season 2 could not live up to that hype. Like, I knew it wouldn't be jury duty because they can't do that anymore. It was too much of a sensation. And so I was very intrigued to hear about the new season, Big This Company Retreat. But oh my God, I'm so happy to report that the second season is just as good as the first. This show is only as good as the good-natured heart of its victim, which, by the way, I don't really think is a victim. I know there was like a little bit of discourse in season 1. What are the ethics of this? But I do think in terms of pranks, like this is chaotic good. This is not about creating a joke on the person who's unsuspecting. It is often making that person the hero of the story. And the new protagonist of season 2, he just has that same quality that is so necessary for this show. It's someone who's
A Jury Duty may have been a Pauly Shore movie. I don't know, but we are talking about the show, which is fire.
just a yes man, someone who is along for the ride, someone who is just deep down like, oh, a really good person. Really interesting to see like a totally new environment, but they're using a lot of the same things that worked in season 1. I don't know if it's just me, but the pacing of season 2 is really, really fast. It gets us into the conceit so quickly, and it's just a lot of jokes, which is great. Only thing I'm upset about is that this is now weekly, or like it's in chunks because of the success of the first season, because I believe the first season was dropped all at once because nobody knew what it was. So yeah, now I'm kind of mad that I actually have to wait. But yeah, that would be crazy if they like sent me all the episodes to watch. You also don't need to have seen the other season, by the way. So if you've just been
Another good point. They are really different, so don't feel like you have to watch season 1 in order to watch season 2. They're completely different. But you know, that brings up another aspect about how a lot of these shows have been dropping chunks. They'll drop like 2 or 3 episodes and then do week to week. It's like, I feel what you're trying to do. I know that you're trying to scratch the binging itch, but also, you know, have your cake and eat it too. You're trying to scratch the binging itch, but also have 2 months worth of discussion about the show. But you can't have both. It can't have both, especially with Invincible. Like, they did a 3-episode drop with Invincible. I just watched the 4th episode last night, and it was good, but like, it's a binge-worthy type of thing. What are you guys saying over in the chat? Yeah, we definitely shouldn't eat dogs. We should feed our dogs. Squeeze out a juice? I don't know what that is. Jason, welcome. So I missed my therapy appointment today for my Ilhan Omar deranged syndrome. What? You don't have to say more on that, but you don't have to say more on that. You were... I'm going to assume there's some joke that I'm not getting. That's what I'm going to assume. Let's move on.
treat up until now. This is like anthology stuff.
You can literally eat this.
Is there any good news out there? Anything that would give us some kind of a glimmer of hope in the middle of this freak show? Because there has got to be something out there, and you wouldn't know it by looking at my feeds. I've spent all day scouring around for something positive, and this is all I've got. First of all, it does kind of seem like we've solved crime, like worldwide crime.
Here's what would...
God damn it! I fucking moved a little bit and went to the other video. But anyway, you know, he was just saying, oh, crime. And I try not to be too political on TikTok, but, you know, I'm me, so sometimes it happens. And a lot of people were talking about the decision to put ICE in the airports, and people were legitimately saying, TSA goes through training. Are these ICE officers going to be able to perform the duties of TSA? And so I just made a video like, guys, are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? Do you think that the level of training for ICE is lower than it is for TSA? And I was going to say something else, but I forgot, and now it's going to go back to the other video, so I gotta...
Happen inside a 53-year-old...
Is there any good crime? According to every single piece of available data, it...
Oh yeah. So I'm not really getting into like ICE doing TSA duties. They're not really getting into it. And a bunch of people were like, well, why don't they go down to the border since that's where all the problems are? I'm like, done? and done. Net zero illegal immigration over the border. So, got him. Cry it out, libs. Cry it out. Shout out to Pee Wee Herman. Yeah. It's really boomer of you, especially if you use YouTube Shorts. Then it's cringe when you talk about how dumb it is, because you can only do what 3 minutes on Shorts, 10+ minute videos on TikTok. So
here's that the murder rate in the United States is at its lowest point ever, in the entire time we've existed as a country. Whatever period in American history that you think of as the one that was most safe for people, where people could leave their doors unlocked or allow their children to walk to school, statistically, that period of time is right now. It doesn't matter how you collect the data, you get the same answer. This applies to violent crime and property crime both. As for why this has happened, I think it's mostly just because there are cameras everywhere now. It's harder to get away with stuff. But also technology has improved policing techniques and security, things like that. Mental health.
You can literally eat this.
As somebody who was on the jury duty, here's what would happen inside.
Are you guys seeing that 19-year-old on your fridge too? That's like on Tess, Trent, and Decca. Oh my god, that guy's so funny. He's just tweaking in front of the camera, bro. Is that really what it's like, bro? Is that what it's like? Because I've heard stories, but this is like living proof, like real time. It's funny because I'll watch his 2-minute long video. He looks good, bro. And it's like, I don't know if that's convincing me to hop on or just to stay the fuck away from that shit. Are you guys seeing that 19-year-old?
Say, boy, Timmy fell in the well and he has my sandwich from Crust Cafe. Don't worry, I'm on it. Hang on.
Look closely, Lay's just...
No uterus, no opinion. What about women who don't have uteruses? If their opinion doesn't matter, then what personal experience do you gain from having uterus that grants you the
Now, one of the biggest mysteries in TV history has got to be when the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air switched one of their main characters, Aunt Viv, from this actress named Janet to this actress right over here named Daphne. Janet.
I know y'all all care about Aunt Viv. All right, let's get into it. Again, that's what I love about TikTok, all over the place. I don't be getting a lot of pop culture stuff on YouTube, despite the fact that the overwhelming majority of stuff that I watch on YouTube has to do with pop culture. It's probably like 55% pop culture, 45% politics. And still, all I get is politics. We got King Nirvana. Welcome to the party. And we also got Alfred Schmidt. Welcome to the party. Guys, remember, Morty is hungry. We got 200 views already and not a single donation. 99 cents. We'll get Morty a treat.
Was iconic, but the reason they switched her over to Daphne was because Janet had a problem, and her problem's name was William Smith, the star of the show. You see, even though Will and Aunt Viv got along on the show, off the show, it was a whole different ballgame. They was not friends. You see, Will was a 21-year-old star. In his words, he acted like it. Aunt Viv was a seasoned actress, and she did not take no BS.
I mean, they did literally just pick Will Smith off the street, right? Never did any acting. They were just like, hey, you want to be famous? So you can't really blame him.
Like her character in that regard. So these two personality types did not mix. She would tell him, look, get out your trailer. It's time to work. William would be like, excuse me, do you know who I am? And they was not cool. So here's where things start to get wicked. It's time to renew contracts. So she goes over to NBC. She said, look, you know, I want to get paid more. People really like Aunt Viv. You know, my character, iconic. They said, that is true. She said, so the first part, I said, I want to get paid more. They said, how about a counter offer? We pay you less and we give you less episodes on the show. She said, or how about I leave? They said, what? So they did some negotiations, NBC and Aunt Viv, and they came up with a number that fit both of them. But one day she spins the block. She comes back and NBC said, okay, so the first offer we said, we're going to pay you less and we're going to give you less episodes. That's on the table, so that's what we're going to do. She said, no, hold on, we had a conversation. Like the YouTuber just said, we came up with a number that fit both of us. They said, we changed our minds. So Aunt Viv took off. She skedaddled. She said, good luck finding an Aunt Viv that's as good as me. They said, yeah, but we can. Spoiler alert, they did not. Now here's where things start to get wickeder. She gets on an interview and she said, look, you know, we couldn't come to negotiations, me and NBC, so, you know, I had to dip. William Smith, for some reason, decides to do an interview of his own. He said, look, before Aunt Viv come out here and start talking about me, I'm going to start talking about her first. Aunt Viv left the show after she got an offer that I thought was fair. Now she's going from a lot of money to nothing. Matter of fact, I'm just going to say it. Me and Aunt Viv was arguing behind the scenes. Will's manager was probably sitting in the background going, what? Why would he say that? We'll say, yeah, and another thing, she was just hard for me to work with. Damn, the worst thing he could say about Aunt Viv, calling a black woman in Hollywood, a dark-skinned black woman at that, difficult to work with, her career took a nosedive. Aunt Viv sees this interview, she said, okay, bet, spin back the interview. The interview cameras rush over. She said, okay, I forgot to add this part of my first interview. Since Will want to talk, I'm going to talk too. I wanted to keep it PG and just talk about NBC, but I believe that it's Will Smith's fault that I got fired because I had an offer, right? We had a pretty good offer. Then all of a sudden, they want to give me some terrible offer. Me and Will Smith not getting along, he the star. Do the math in your head. And the two stopped speaking for 27 years until a few years back. Will and Janet Hubert, Aunt Viv, reunited and hashed it out like a couple of grown-ups. Will sincerely apologized to her, saying, look, he was 21. He was acting an ass. She said, I blame you. I'm getting carried away. She didn't exactly say that. She said, look, you honestly ruined my career with the words that you was spouting out, that nonsense. He said, I don't think he was expecting that after he just apologized. So he said, girl, I know, my bad. He said, I didn't know my words would affect you like that, honestly. She told him, you know what? I accept your apology. She comes out and says she was in an abusive relationship, so she was going through a lot in life. So she apologizes to Will for how she may have acted on set as well. And the two hug it out, and they still remain friends to this day.
Beautiful, beautiful story. But that is Hollywood. You don't get here forever. Are you making money right now? Then they don't care. Yeah, that's the way to go. Hopefully it doesn't happen to me.
How does this entire bowl of ramen have 32?
The thing about millennials is that we were so broke, but we would still find a way to have a good time and have a full night out. Like, I would fill up a water bottle with pure vodka, and I would have that stuffed in the waistband of my jeans. And you get to the club, and the security guy, you had to really hope that they weren't gonna actually pat down and check your waist point, because sometimes they would do a full pat down going into the club, and you never knew until you got there because it could be so sporadic. So you're standing there with an entire water bottle in the middle of your waistband, in your jeans, getting checked in by security, getting your ID checked, and hoping that it doesn't suddenly slip and fall down your trousers. And then finally, you make it into the club, and you...
Hold on. Wait a minute. Don't stop it and get it. Do we have somebody on YouTube saying that they enjoyed some TikTok content? Maybe. It's not what you thought it was. Shout out to CRXR. Welcome, welcome, welcome. But yeah, man. I mean, Gen Xers, you know it's good. But millennials, we were the last generation to fucking party.
Go to the club where it's free, or it's a pound entry, or maybe it's ladies get in free night. There's always got to be a deal for you to go in, and you're absolutely freezing outside because you would not bring a jacket, even though you were walking into town because you could not afford the bus. You absolutely would never even consider spending money on a taxi. That's insane. That is such high luxury, and we could not afford that. You finally get into the club, and then you go to the bar, and you order a drink, but you just order a mixer. So you order an orange juice.
This just gave my dog so much more room.
Okay, Mervin, have you?
I don't know what this is yet, but usually the dude is in VR. Obama, Biden, and Trump. So let's see.
Been to McDonald's before?
No, I haven't. This is my first time. I'm excited.
Donald, can you give Mervin some recommendations here?
Sure thing. Go to Wendy's.
Mervin,
Mac.
Hello, Mervin. Do you like burgers, chicken?
I'm not quite sure. I think I do.
Your blue friend is about to be mind blown.
Oh, okay. How about a Diet Coke? Have you had a Diet Coke? Ice cold DC from McDonald's is the best, right, Donald?
Oh, don't even get me started.
What is this? Ice cold DC.
I'm gonna do Big Mac combo and a junior chicken.
10 out of 10 choices, buddy.
Thank you. Mervin, want to just copy my order?
Yeah, sure, Mac, I
You
guess.
guys almost done or what?
One sec, Joe. One sec.
All right, hurry up.
Hi, other Mervin.
Don't talk to him. He's mine.
I'm sorry, I'm not allowed to talk to you.
May I recommend the chef's special, the Filet-O-Fish?
Don't try that. Don't bother. It's not that great.
Speak for yourself.
Joe, it's not good.
Silent treatment activated.
Is your ice cream machine working?
Great question.
I'd had to ask.
Of course it's broken.
Ice cream? That's a fascinating terrestrial confection.
You don't know what ice cream? Have you not had ice cream before? Have I not given you ice cream?
No, Mac, my biological and technological
I'm so
systems
sorry
are not...
about that. We're gonna go. Okay, 2 Oreo McFlurries, add fudge, and add Smarties in both of them.
Now you honestly say that there is any thumbnail that you possibly could have seen on YouTube that would make you click on that video. Wouldn't happen. It would not happen. TikTok is better than YouTube. TikTok is better than X. It's just better. And this is my a very personally curated algorithm. So as much as you may enjoy or not enjoy what we're seeing, this is specifically tailored to me. Imagine what they'll show you when it's tailored to you. What y'all sign? The Trumpy special. Indeed. Jay said, I remember getting frisked better than a cop would going into concerts for contraband. Where cameras were number one, then no alcohol, weed, etc. Now cameras all over the place. Well, if you haven't heard the story before, the last time that I got arrested, I went to it wasn't really a rave, it was at MSG, but it was like a electronic show at MSG. And I was like, this is such a special occasion. I don't want to just print out a ticket. I want to go to Will Call and have the actual ticket there so that I can hang it up on my wall or whatever. I don't listen to that music group anymore, but whatever. And no, I'm not live. I'm not live on TikTok. It's just you guys. So I'm going. I get to MSG, whatever. I go through security and I go to Will Call. And they're like, oh, because you're in the other section, you've got to go outside of the building, go around and enter on that. We're back. So they're like, you got to go on the other side of the building, which means I had to go back outside. And I made the biggest mistake that you ever can make when you are bringing in contraband. You never take it out from the hiding spot until you're in the place where you feel it is safe to use it. So my dumb ass got excited. As soon as I got past security, I took the shit out of my socket, whatever, put it in my pocket. Then I go up to Will Call, and that's when they tell me, oh, you got to go around the other side of the building. So I'm already walking out, and it's when I'm walking out of the building, then I'm realizing, oh shit, that means I got to go through security again. So I went to take things out of my pocket and put it in my shoes. Now, I was already fucked up, so, maybe this was an example of perception not being what it was supposed to be, but I thought I had a good hiding spot. I'm just going to bend over, pretend to tie my shoe. By the time I looked up, I saw two dudes fucking beelining to me. That was the second time in my life. You don't ever want this to happen to you, but the second time in my life where I was glad that I was getting arrested because I was not getting robbed. But I got arrested, and because I'm from Jersey, and if you don't know, MSG is New York City, they wouldn't, they don't have, before it was, marijuana was legal in Jersey or New York, they had a little bit softer laws. In New York, where it would be just a ticket. But, because I'm out of state, I had to sit in jail all night and wait to see the judge. But, it was some bullshit, but I got out of it. But always await. Always, if you are bringing in contraband, which officially I say you should not do. But if you're bringing contraband into a place, wait until you are in the spot where you believe, oh, this is a safe spot to do this. And then take it out your hiding spot.
Trust me.
There's no freaking ice
I
cream.
think I'll pass on the ice cream. I'm watching my figure.
What, you watching what you eat?
Well, at least one of you is.
Okay, Mervin, have you been to McDonald's?
I don't know who that is.
All right, so there was a non-fatal officer-involved shooting in Miami, Florida, involving a guy named Melenik Emmanuel Clark. And before I get to any objective evidence in this case, like body cam footage, let's see what Melenik's sister has to say, because in cases like...
CRXR knows what's good. CRXR knows what's good. One of you go... This is going to be for... this has got to work with like an electric zoo, an outdoor festival. But absolutely. One of you goes in clean as a whistle. Then you stand by the fence whoop, right over. And then the other person runs. And, well, you both run. Because even if security sees you, let's say the fence is right here, right? You got in, you went through security, and you had nothing on you, because your friend over here has all the goodies, right? And here's the fence. So you're over here, you're past security. And, god damn it. And, what the fuck? Okay, all right, I won't do that fucking motion. Whatever, okay, I guess. So, they throw it over. Even if there's a security guard watching you, you both run in different directions. There's people that look like you all around. And that's not even a racial thing. Like, I'm a short Indian dude. I could very easily be, find myself in a crowd and like, you ain't never gonna see me again. I can tell, CRXR, you know what's good. You know what's good. All right, let's die.
The family is always honest and accurate.
Then he stood in front of my brother's car and shot him.
And just to make sure that I got this straight, so the cop stood in front of her brother's car and then shot him.
He stood in front of my brother's car and shot him.
After hearing that convincing testimony, would it surprise you to know that the body cam footage, as well as video from an independent witness, showed Malenik crashing into the cop and then driving with the cop on the hood of the car before the officer involved shooting?
The City of Miami police officer standing in front of a black BMW as he is directing traffic. The car inches forward, and the officer holds up his hand. As the car gets closer, suddenly the officer is on the hood of the car, and that's when shots are fired.
That was a Renee Good arrest. Oh, got him. You are not allowed to do that.
This is exactly.
Right in the middle of your To Catch a Cheater, and if you're just joining us, Harper is on the phone, and she thinks
This is either going to be one of the things that you're like, oh, I love this shit, or I just don't. I happen to like this stuff. So that's why this gets fed to me. But let's see what Jubal's got to say. Let's see who's cheating and who's not.
that her husband of 7 years named Daniel might be cheating. So we're about to call him and pretend to be from the grocery store that he's a rewards card member at, and say that he's this month's lucky winner of free flowers delivered from our floral department, and we'll see if he sends those to his wife Harper or to somebody else. But first, Harper, real quick, why don't you remind us again why you think that Daniel might be cheating?
Well, we've been together for 7 years, and I'm worried he's, what's the term, stepping out on me? Because, a really good friend of mine who I trust, she was driving the other day, and she saw him hugging another woman very intimately, and, our personal life has just not been the same for the last few months, so I have to wonder if there's something else happening.
Yeah, okay. that's more than girl math. Yeah, and you guys are usually intimate on Wednesdays, and the past couple Wednesdays you have not been because he's been too tired and staying at work late.
Yeah, that too.
Okay, are you ready for us to call him?
Let's do it.
Okay, here we go.
Hello?
Hey, this is Corbett calling from Grocers. I was looking for a rewards card member named Daniel.
This is Daniel.
Hi, Daniel. Please don't hang up. This is not a marketing phone call. I'm actually calling to say congratulations. You're this month's big winner.
Oh, no way.
We can hear us all clapping for you.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, congratulations. And thank you so much for shopping with
awesome. Of course. I never win anything. This is great.
us. Well, they can't say that anymore. Yeah, but every single month we choose one rewards card member just to say thank you very much for shopping with us. And this month you've won 36 long-stem red roses, a box of candy or chocolate, and a card to be delivered to anybody that you want absolutely free. It's a $316 value. Yeah, and there is no purchase necessary. I will not ask you for any kind of credit card information. It's very simple. I can get the information for who to send these to in just a matter of minutes. I'm prepared to do that over the phone right now. I can also set up a time and call you back, or you're always welcome to come down to the store and fill out the forms, whatever is easiest for you.
Yeah, I can do that now. That's fine.
Great. Okay. Perfect. And you'll get confirmations before we're even off the phone. Let me pull up my form here, and all I would need from you is just the first and last name of the person that you want to send them to, and then anything you want to put on the card, and then the address, and we're good to go.
Yeah, that's Maggie, Maggie.
Maggie.
Thompson.
Okay, Maggie. Yep. Maggie. All right. And would you like to send a card along with it to Maggie?
Yeah. Can it say?
The only thing about these is like I'm terrible with names. I never pay to the name of the girl or the guy. Sometimes the girl, sometimes the guy. I never pay attention. Maggie was not the girl that we were talking to, right? That's a different chick that he's sending flowers to, right?
Looking forward to Saturday. Remember, dominate from the top.
I knew it! You cheating?
And would you like to send a card along with it to Maggie?
Yeah, can it say, looking forward to Saturday. Remember, dominate from the top.
I knew it! You cheating, lying son of a...
What? Hey, Daniel, this is actually the Jubal Show. Oh my gosh, this is it's a radio show. Yeah, Victoria. And my name is Jubal, and that's your wife Harper who's on the phone. We do a segment called
So Harper is not Maggie. Got it.
The Cheater, where if you think your significant other might be messing around, you see they send flowers too. Why'd you put that in a card?
Seriously, how could you do this? You've been together for 7 years of marriage. Why do you think this is funny? I cannot believe you guys.
Why do you think I'm cheating?
Because my friend drove by the school the other day and saw you with your hands all over another woman.
Okay,
We have been together.
Guys, if you're ever caught, if you ever you don't cheat. But hey, you know, we've all been tempted and whatever. You find yourself in a situation where you're not supposed to be in. First of all, don't double down. And second of all, if you get caught, I wasn't cheating. I was just sending a random girl these flowers saying be on the bottom because, you know, it was about Jenga. Take the L.
7 years and you're throwing it all away for some girl you just met? How could you do this to me? I thought you were actually a good man. Turns out you're just a little boy because you're tired of playing with the same toys. But guess what? That's not what marriage is about.
Harper, Maggie is a new teacher.
Okay.
She has very little experience, and
that sounds even worse here, Daniel.
Very little experience being a homewrecker? Is that what you mean?
No,
No, that's not what you mean.
All right, before we hear the rest of the story, put a 1 in the chat if you think that whatever excuse he's about to give is legit. Now, I don't know. I haven't seen this before, but I'm going to go with a 1. Just the reaction where he laughed that much. I mean, it could be, oh, I'm caught. At least it wasn't with a student. I mean, do we know that? I don't know. He says it's a teacher. It could be a student. But Dave is with me. I feel like there's something innocuous going on that looks bad. Now, I don't know what it could be that would warrant sending flowers and something from the bottom. I don't know how that could be. But I do know how to read people. And either this guy is the ultimate scumbag, he's like, you got me, sorry, don't give a fuck. Or there's something else going on. I don't know. What are you cringing for, Death Poet? Who are we cringing for? I don't know. We don't know what happened yet. What?
Coaching wrestling? Well, because according to your letter, she's pretty good at dominating.
Oh.
No, okay, so
or is it you the dominant one? Or are you just a little submissive?
Damn.
Remember, I don't know, I think you knew this, but I was very good at wrestling, and I did it in college. So some people ask
you literally don't have a leg to stand on here. Oh my God, you are reaching. This is so pathetic. Maybe you should get on your hands and knees and let her dominate your. How about that? Do that thing. Do that thing, like?
Okay. I love you, even when you're like this, but it's just easy to catch your chest for a second, so I can let you.
That's what I mean. Even still, he's like, lady, I don't forget. Harper, chill out. Maybe this was a very bad move as a joke to another teacher, but I kind of feel like he's got something.
Here, and so I can explain what's happening. So
there's really nothing to explain.
There's a lot to explain. What I'm trying to say is they put someone in charge of coaching the wrestling team who knows nothing about wrestling, on top of being a new teacher, and I know about wrestling. So in a way, I'm the new assistant coach, even though I should be the head coach, and it just kind of fell into my lap. Your friend, what they probably saw the other day is that I was showing her how to do the duck under move in the parking lot. And that's where you still under someone's arm to get behind them. No,
you don't believe in
I don't think I would have the energy to do that. Oh my God.
I'm not sure.
You know how hard it is for me to wake up to get to school every day? I'm exhausted.
You know how hard it is
I'm
for me
not
to
trying to cheat.
bull
I'm not interested in that.
Explain to me this whole dominating on the top.
I don't know. I mean, you've got to have some fuck balls. If this guy's actually cheating, you got some fuck. Honey, what do you mean? I don't know. He's kind of convincing me. It sounds like bullshit, but the confidence goes a long way. He said, well, I fell into my lap.
didn't realize you wanted a woman to be a top and you're a bottom.
Dominate from the top. That's because that is the focus of the week for the team. That's the move we've been working on. Meaning, like, stay in control on top of your opponent, dominate from the top, and control the match. And I totally see how that sounds sexual. And I'm sorry that you thought I was cheating, and I love you so much, and I would never cheat on you. That is what happened. I totally see how this got out of hand. But yeah, I really wanted you to be at the meet, but...
Okay, so this is true. Why did you not tell me anything about this?
I'm sorry that you thought the worst about me, but it just all kind of, happened so fast, and I couldn't figure out how to tell you, and all of a sudden I was doing it, and it made me feel good, and I didn't want you to, steal my thunder, or
oh my God.
make fun of me.
Well, Harper, though, aren't you sorry, too, that you're making him feel bad?
All right, well, I'm sorry that I made you feel bad, but that still doesn't excuse the fact that you were not speaking to me about this.
All right. One's in the chat if you think man was just giving some wrestling advice. But put it two. If you think this motherfucker is reaching, this was exactly the way gaslighters act. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. There's a level of shame and guilt in a normal person if you get caught. And so either that guy's just like, oh, well, you caught me, but I'm gonna keep trying to lie, or let's see if we get... So I'm going to keep talking. Tell me in the chat, do you stop hearing me when I go off of the of this page, or do you stop hearing me when TikTok opens? So I'm going to keep talking, and I'm talking.
You're right.
You need to start being more open with me.
Okay, how about...
We didn't want to talk to everybody in our audience right now. That if anybody goes to Disney World with their family for spring break, or goes to a beach somewhere, or anywhere on vacation, and you see one of the 535 members of Congress, take a picture and send it to us at TMZ. We will post that picture on our website,
The directors for the Blair Witch Project literally psychologically tortured their actors, and they filmed it, and that is the movie. In 1999,
Typically, I would watch that, but we all... I've been talking about Afro Man Jason, and I'm pretty sure you've been here for it. So, fuck you. Okay, so you didn't hear me. Are you hearing me right now, though? That was a question. Do you hear me when I go, or do you only hear me? That was the question. Your mute does not tell me what that means. What am I supposed to do with that? So again, the very specific question was, can you still hear me while I'm switching between the apps, or can you only hear me while I'm here? I know you can't hear me when I'm small. That is why I'm saying the words that I'm saying. Let's start again. I know that when we go over to the app, you cannot hear me. I know that. I know that. So you don't need to tell me that part. I know that part. I know when we're here that you can hear me. I don't need you to tell me that part either. The question is, in between, can you hear me? Or as soon as it leaves this, you can no longer hear me.
You met the people, the young people, who think that before 9/11, there was no 911.
oh my God, this group of people.
At first I thought they were trolling, and they weren't. So there are people who think 9/11 happened, and then as a country, we were like, we should have an emergency service that deals with everything, and we're going to name it 911.
Historically, there were no emergencies in the United States pre-9/11. No, you know what? There was no police. This was utopia.
This is literally what 911, calling 911 came from 9/11. So, again, I would just love an answer to the question, can you hear me when I am switching apps? Or, I know you can't hear me when I'm in this little bubble. I'm asking, Can you hear me when I'm switching between? Or do I need to wait until I'm in this app for you to hear me? So we're going to try that again. I know that's a lot for you guys. Camera app here. TikTok cannot hear. What about in between?
And it was amazing. I thought they were joking. Did they think they did the opposite? That we were inspired by Osama bin Laden?
Not to honor the day and the victims, but rather to be like, Osama bin, this has a nice ring to it. Osama bin
Thank you, Jason.
Laden knows how to brand.
Strom, we only have.
All right, Donald. This is a drive-through window. This is the next part of your training. I'm going to pull around with my car, and you're going to take my order, okay? Remember, be nice over the radio, and smile when I pull up, okay?
All right, whatever.
Hello?
What do you want?
I don't know. I didn't hear you greet me when I pulled up.
Welcome to Donald McDonald's.
Okay, 1 second. I'm just looking at the menu.
All right, let's hurry it up now.
Donald, you got to be patient with customers.
You're not even a customer.
I know, but it's a mock. We're doing this. We're practicing.
Order your damn food.
All right, I'll keep it easy. I want a number 1.
What even is that?
You tell me. You work here.
No, I do not.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I am the President of the United States of
Not
America.
right now.
Watch yourself.
You work for me.
I don't like the sound of that.
I would like a Big Mac combo with a large Diet Coke.
Noted.
I'm also collecting points.
What the hell is that?
Never mind. Never mind. We'll do that another day. I also want an orange juice.
Are you being serious?
Okay, Donald, don't question the customer's orders.
I can't tell if you're being serious.
Because it's rude, okay? The orange juice is for my kid.
But you don't have a kid.
Yes.
What villain from a movie or TV show kind of had a.
Okay, so a little bit, yeah, I don't know what happened in that video. A little bit of lore. This guy is like, what, aged perfectly, or what movie or TV show, and eventually, he got onto this months-long rant that Gordon Bombay from the Mighty Ducks is the worst villain in movie or TV history. So let's see what he's got to say.
Goddamn scene. How we were villain from a movie or TV show kind of had this goddamn scene. How we were led to believe that Gordon Bombay is the good guy here. Man threatening legal action against an educational institution because they're revoking the scholarships of a freshman hockey team. This is what the bad guys have to deal with in this goddamn movie. These bad guys here, the board of directors of this school. Like, can we just, we're cooking meeting minutes talking about the hockey team? All the things affecting education in the United States. And the board of directors here, the bad guy, they have to spend time dealing with this smug son of a bitch who comes into their board meeting. I'm gonna sue you. And this is the hero. This is the hero. In this scene, he's like, these athletic scholarships became a binding contract. Which, no, that's not how athletic scholarships work. Athletic scholarships can be revoked for a number of reasons. Can't be canceled without cause, which I promise you have none. He tried to murder their classmate. He purposely and knowingly put fire ants in the beds of their classmates. Could have caused an allergic reaction that killed them. He could be charged here with attempted murder. What are we doing? At this point in the meeting, they're just like, yeah, I guess reinstate the scholarship. We maybe get back to helping kids learn. Any more time we need to waste on the freshman hockey team? I hate him so much. He's just like the worst person. What villain from a movie or TV?
I mean, hey, Gordon Bombay is a piece of shit. What time is it? 7:46. Let's see if Confluence is live yet. I was like, you know what? Just because I feel like I want to drink heavy today, doesn't mean that I need to be in front of everybody getting all this attention. That's pathetic. And yet, here we are. I'm a dick. I'm a dick. I'm addicted to you. Ooh, Bitcoin versus gold. Better for the global reserve currency. We might need to check that out. We'll see. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Wash my hands. Do you have a dirty dick? You wash your hands every time you piss? What's wrong with your dick, bro? I didn't even touch you. Normally, if you pee, like I'm just wearing regular like basketball shorts. So like, if I'm just pulling the shorts under my dick and pissing, what am I washing? You got a dirty dick, bro. It's okay, but it's not normal.
Show kind of had this goddamn scene.
Do something a little bit different. Well, here's the problem. God damn it. That is a double stuffed Oreo.
That's crazy. No way.
Yes, it is.
I can't.
Yes, it is.
Listen.
Can you believe that?
No.
Can you believe that, man? When we were kids, those things, it was double that. You put two of those together, you didn't know what to do.
I'd love to look in your photo library.
If you're texting me right now or hitting me up on Discord, I'm sharing my screen over my messages while I'm on. So hopefully it can wait. Not like anybody is fucking donating anyway. Doing it for the love of the game. I know one of you has 99 cents. I know one of you has 99 cents.
It's all just pictures of food you have grievances with.
And screenshots of porn I was watching. And I took by accident.
That's called that by accident. I was going to say, taking screenshots of porn is wild.
Can't remember all these goddamn names.
They were talking about double stuffed Oreos. I don't know what happened.
Where you live in Jersey, and you.
This is the other two dudes. I don't even remember what they're talking about. And I said there's two podcasts that just go viral. This is the other one.
Come here. If you've never been in. So where you live in Jersey, and you come here. If you've never been in Manhattan, but you drove through every day like that, but you've never been there. It's always driving through. Has he been to Manhattan?
Yes. Yes.
No. No.
I'm going to bash my head against this desk. Yes, I.
This is literally a storyline in How I Met Your Mother, which I'm rewatching now, where they're like standing in line. So you know I mean, you know, if you cared about spoilers, then you cared about spoilers. But Marshall and Lily, high school sweethearts, they only ever been with each other. But they're talking about they were in the lobby to see the go up the Empire State Building. And they were making the comparison that her ex-boyfriend was in the lobby but never went up to the ladder. And like, oh my goodness, they were the only ones we ever been with. And it's like, no, we haven't been to the Empire State Building. We're just in the lobby. And so the guy's like, excuse me, sir, how do I get to the Empire State Building? It's like, you're inside of it right now. It's like, thank you. You're a very, very wise man. But we gotta shout out our boy Jason for the $2 making you holla. Bam, 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 bam. And of course, every donation comes with a treat for Morty. He's getting them fucking sunflower seeds. He loves them. He loves them. You got one more. There you go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So very, very much. That makes me feel a little bit better. A little bit better about sitting here for 2 hours and pretending that TikTok is my own content. So thank you so very, very much. Pumping the puppy. That's all we need. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Well, he's fucking happy. He's fucking happy. Look at him. Look at him. Oh, what a good boy. What a good boy. Oh, that's love. That's love. He's saying, I love you. I love you. Or is he saying, you got some salt langas? All right. Thank you. Of course, making you the sponsor of the stream. Very much appreciated. Can I borrow Lord Morty? No? No? What the fuck am I supposed to do that day? If there is a day where I have an inordinate amount of clients, and I am forced to leave him by himself for 8+ hours, then maybe we can talk. But every moment that he has alive is a moment with me. I have a neighbor that's like, oh, you want to come and let him hang out for a little while? I'm like, no, not really. Because then I'm just going to be sitting in my room watching TV by myself, wondering where the fuck Morty is. Why would, like, yeah, watch him while I'm gone, but that's my dude.
Driving through places is not being in them. Like, I disagree. Do you think this lighting rig will support me?
So that's the question. Yes or no? Give me a why or if you drive through a place regularly, have you been there? So we're talking about someone who lives in Jersey, drives through Manhattan, out of Manhattan, to another place that is not Manhattan. Has that person been to Manhattan? Yes or no?
I mean, I don't know. Like, to me, that's wild. To assume that, like, and you were on his side with the connecting. Like, you guys think that counts as being a place is wild. We're on another part of this. He can kiss my ass. Well, you're saying no to that now because of this. Because you're mad at him, but you're agreeing with that. And guess what? My anger goes far. Okay, but you agree? But do you agree with the idea that if you've connected in a place that you've been there? Now I'm going to say no, just to spite Ant. But do you believe that? I don't know what I believe.
Let's say I wasn't here. I can't hear you. Now do you believe it?
Do I like him?
That's what I asked.
I know.
So you don't think if he's never been in Manhattan, even though driving through as many times he comes, never been there?
No. Wow. I mean, I personally would never say like, yeah, I've been to Manhattan. I drive through it all the time. I've never been. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him so fucking good.
All right, let me write down.
So then that logic also applies to if you go to like the safari. What? What is the safari? The safari in Africa. What? There's not one. One of them. If I go, because they do like car trips. Safari tour? Because they do car trips, and you can drive through and be like, there's animals all about. So in that, Frank, with your own logic used against you, you'll never go to the safari. Wrong. That's not the same. How? Because if I.
What? That's why I love this show. This is high intellect. And now there's 2 of you left. Who is here? I know we got Dick here. Who else we got? We got Dick. What if you stop to get out just to pee? Does that count? I think I disagree with you. I think if you're driving through a place every day, yeah, I've been there. I mean, I never hung around and went to the bars and got a hotel room. But like, I've never lived in I've never lived at the Jersey Shore. But a lot of my clients are around the Jersey Shore. And sometimes they don't live like on the beach. And so sometimes I need to drive by the beach and then inland to where they are. Does that mean that day that I went to the beach? No. I passed by, but, you know. I don't know, Dick. If only they were all like you. But unfortunately, what you should do is go into Discord and tag the disciples and tell everybody to come through. Cause I love you, brother, but if it's just me and you, then that's gonna hurt my analytics, which is exactly what I was talking about with stories, which I could spend all the time in the world hanging out and posting, engaging with people like you who care, without having to worry about the algorithm. But hey, here we are. All right.
if you're doing a safari tour, right?
Jesus, babe, what are you doing?
Nothing new. It's on the line. Good morning, Marcus. Hey, good morning. How you doing? Good, man. Thanks for jumping on the air with us.
So War of the Roses is another example, or another thing, to catch a cheater.
So what's your situation? Who's cheating on you, or who do you think is cheating on you? Man, I don't even know how to really explain this without sounding crazy, but my situation is it's a little bit different. See, I'm married, but we're also in a relationship with another woman, and it's something that we mutually agreed on. And honestly, I think it's been really working for us. Like, we're all pretty close. We spend time together, and it's not like a secret or anything. But lately my wife, she's been acting really off, like distant. She's on the phone all the time. She's kind of pulling away from the both of us. And the weirdest part is, like, our girlfriend even noticed it too. We both tried asking her, like, what's going on, and she just shuts it down. She says she's stressed or, tired from the day or whatever. But, inside it feels a lot deeper than that. I mean, I hate even thinking this, but I feel like she might be stepping out on us. Like, seeing someone outside of what we agreed on.
This is why enforced monogamy is a good thing, which is legally enforced, but social should be all on the same page that monogamy is a good thing. Because even when it's going well, it goes like this.
Once you said you have kind of like, you can see another person, you have to approve of the other person, you just can't go out and hook up with anybody. Exactly. Okay. Makes sense. I'm sitting here and feeling stupid because, like, how are you gonna cheat when you're in a throuple? So yeah, I need your help to figure out what's really going on.
I'm not really well versed in the throuple world, but sometimes do you think when you've opened up your marriage to another person, do you think your wife is maybe getting curious about another? You said you had a girlfriend, maybe she's getting curious about having like another boyfriend in her life.
Interesting. So are we calling your wife to see who she thinks is sending her flowers, or are we calling the girl in the throuple to see who she thinks is?
I mean, we can't really get the girlfriend on because this is a marriage situation,
Yeah, you guys don't understand.
Wait, so if you're okay, this is confusing. So if you're the girlfriend, if she was out about seeing other people, that's not issues, but it's because your wife is, because you guys are married and you've only agreed on this one other person?
Exactly.
Oh, so if you're the girl, the third party, you can do whatever you want.
Guess so.
Wow. Nice setup. Okay. What's your wife's name? Tara. Okay, so what we're gonna do is call Tara. And how do we do it as a girl?
I usually say, oh my gosh, it's like my first day, and there's like so many tarot cards. Tarot cards.
That is true. Most of the time, it's a guy calling in and so a girl calling in. So they call the guy and like, oh, you want some free roses? And he's like, oh, okay. So I guess with the women, they got to be a little bit more subversive.
Come up, and I just want to make sure you get the right one. So is there any chance you would know who's sending you this so I can make sure to send them off the right way and that you get your correct card?
Wow.
I know, right? That's great news. Great news.
Yeah, someone's sending me flowers and it's like roses and everything?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's one of two people, I'm pretty sure. But now I'm not quite sure. It's either going to be a Marcus, but if you don't see Marcus, it could be Issa. But I feel like she wouldn't do that. Never mind. Anyway, I don't think it would be her because it could be like Gracie. But stop me right. Whatever, it's on me. But it's either Marcus or Issa, but I hope it's Issa, but it's not Marcus.
Another reason why you should stay away with thruples and tarot cards. These people are not well. And we haven't even gotten to the cheating yet. Jesus.
Stop playing games, Tara. Why did you just say that it would be risky if Issa sent you flowers? You know she's not allowed to do that.
You're the lady here a second ago. What is going on right now? Like, literally, what the is happening right now? Hello?
I mean, we should explain.
What's going on is you just exposed something. Because Issa's not even supposed to be giving you gifts like that. You know that. So why are you even acting like you two have something going on behind my back, Tara?
Oh my god, like, what is even happening right now?
Let me explain to you that you're on the radio.
Why is Marcus on the phone? I am so confused.
You're on the radio. You're on JR Flowers stands for John J. Rich radio show. So you're on the radio. But go ahead. You two go ahead. We'll just listen.
Oh my god, okay.
Marcus was worried about whether or not you had somebody else in your life because he felt you being distant.
You're not even real flower lady?
No, sorry.
What the fuck? Jesus Christ. Okay, Marcus, this is not how I wanted this to go down. Please believe me when I say that. This is not what I wanted to happen at all.
What do I happen, Tara? Because lately, honestly, you've been acting weird. You've been on your phone, and now
You don't get to say you've been acting weird. This has ruined the entire structure of War of the Roses. Because this is just some chick. Why do I care if some chick... All right, we're going to do one more. We're going to do one more. And let's hope it's good. Or, of course, you guys know, donos keep the party raging.
Did you guys see that? Tell me what a pharmacist does, because I feel like that's a real job. And look, I'm not talking about the pharmacists that are like working the scientists. I'm talking about the pharmacists that are working at CVS. What the they doing that requires a medical degree? Like, here's how I see what happened. Like, I go to the doctor who's not at the CVS. They're working in a hospital, and the doctor there writes me a prescription for something. I then leave the hospital with that prescription and go to a CVS. I give them that prescription. They have a collection of those pills there. They put those pills in a bottle and give them to me. Why does that require a pharmacist? Maybe I'm wrong on that.
Hey, so I'm Ethan. I'm a pharmacist and have been one for almost 9 years now, but I've also worked in community pharmacy for like almost 11 years as like a pharmacist, technician, and even as a cashier. So I think I may be a bit of an expert when it comes to this. First, I just want to preface that pharmacists that work in like other areas other than retail pharmacy are not better than retail pharmacists, because we obviously...
This is a valid question. This is a valid question. I'm not saying that there's not a reason. I'm not saying we need people who are qualified and whatever to be behind the counter, to be dispensing these drugs. I'm not saying that. But also, if I can read the name on my pill bottle, and you can read the name on my pill bottle, and you're just putting those pills in my bottle, what are you doing? But, let's see.
Same education, so we all are at like the same playing field. And so let me just really simplify the difference between like a medical provider and a pharmacist. So medical providers, like your doctors, nurse practitioners, and PAs, their job really is to diagnose and treat a patient. So majority of their schooling is really focused on like diagnosis, and they are the diagnostic experts. And then with pharmacists, where we fit in is that we are pretty much the medication experts. So we went to school for like 6 to 8 years just studying medication. Now there are like some chronic conditions that we can definitely manage, but of course we usually will work in tandem with a doctor when we're doing that. Now I'll be honest, before I was even like a pharmacist or in pharmacy school, I had probably the same, idea that this person had. Of course, like I wasn't gonna post a whole TikTok about it. But what people don't realize is that pharmacists actually have to take a law exam to practice in each state that they want to. No other medical professional has to do that. But now getting more to like the clinical side of things is that when your doctor is writing a prescription, sometimes there are errors when it comes to that prescription. Because for example, if you saw like a hospital doctor and they aren't really aware, got like a full medical history of you, they could be writing a prescription that, you may be allergic to. They could also be writing it for, a medication that interacts with everything that you're taking. So pharmacists are part of your healthcare team to make sure and to pretty much like double check, what the provider is prescribing. But I'm going to tell you this, retail pharmacists are the hardest working pharmacists, like out of like all the different pharmacy careers. Because not only do we have to
Just like how single moms are the hardworking individuals, right? Nobody is saying
make sure every single medication being prescribed is, appropriate. We also have to manage a whole store, all the inventory, and it is a lot of work. This is why, honestly, I think everyone needs like a crash course in working at a pharmacy if you are going to be filling at a pharmacy, because there is so much that you just don't see behind the scenes. Did you guys see that?
Tell me what pharmacist...
All right, so we just have no audio now? No? Yes? No? Audio? Yes? No? All right, well, we tried. Until next time, guys. I don't know what to do.